What's good, yo? Yeah. Hippie soul in the building, man. What's good, yo? So, like, yo, guys, on this video, we're gonna talk about, like, because this is the right time to even introduce things like these to the public, you understand? To the mainstream, basically, you understand? Because it's been known by people who actually, care for the world, you understand? People who care for life, you know. Those are the only ones who had the privilege to know this, understand? And there's no way they can try to convince you to learn or understand this, because if you are not willing to learn about this, or if you live in fear, then basically you're gonna start to filter everything through that fear. And you know, fear is an ego, you understand? Fear is not an ego. Fear is an emotion. It's whatever, but it's created by an ego, you know, that is created by you looking at yourself through the lenses of the body, you understand, instead of the lenses of the spirit, the perfect, the unmatched, the omnipotent, you understand? But it takes time, so I don't blame anyone. But like on this video, guys, after watching this video, you won't have to trip, you understand? Like, about, since you know the viruses have gone up there, you understand? So you won't have to trip about anything, because these concepts, right, they work for whoever believes in them, understand? Like, if you're gonna understand them, and then naturally you're gonna believe in them, you know, because you're gonna resonate with them. But if you're not gonna understand them, right, then you're gonna have to listen to this video again, so that you can understand where I'm coming from with these, you know. Because, like, not everyone, understand, is meant to know about things in life, right, off the jump, you understand? Like us, people who are spiritual, some of you will have to go through experiences before you can actually understand what is going on, basically, you know. So there are a lot of causes and effects, right, in life. So there's one specific effect, right, that is caused by the influence we have in ourselves, understand? The influence that we have within ourselves, to our, like, how we influence ourselves, you know, how we believe in ourselves. Like, if you can take time to think about what makes you believe in yourself, you know, and like most of the people are gonna find out that they don't even believe in themselves, you know. So I'm gonna just talk about these effects, right, caused by, like, the mind, right, you having the influence to control your mind, right? It's caused by that, just having the mental power, you know, just having mental strength, mental, what the fuck is that, you feel me? All that, you know, just control, composure, you know. Not even, like, when I say control, composure, like, I'm even bringing it to the, like, densest level for you to even understand it. You will have to break over those concepts first. So, but, like, think about it on those terms, you know. So these effects, right, if you don't have no control over your mind and your destiny, basically, in life, then any cause will have an effect in your life, understand? And you're gonna experience what we call a nocebo effect, you know, which is now, like, everything that you don't believe in starts to manifest in your life, you understand? Because you're telling yourself that you don't believe in it, right, but you believe in the idea that it exists, and therefore you don't believe in it, instead of you not paying attention to it, period, understand, and then paying attention to what you really want to manifest in your life. So, for example, like I said, the viruses have gone up, right? So a lot of you already are vulnerable, understand? So what's gonna happen is that you're gonna like, you see, for me, during these times, right, around March, just around my birthday, I know that I'll have to go through a period whereby I'm sick of flu, you understand? just a cold. I'm having a cold, basically. You understand? And then after a week, I'm gonna be okay. Or just after 2 days. So again, coincidentally, there's like these viruses, right? So if I was somebody, right, who didn't have these realizations, I would automatically think that, okay, what if I'm having that? But for me, like, I'm relaxed. I'm even smoking this. Understand? To show that, like, actually, this is going to help. If I had that kind of problem, this would help. But again, it just shows that, like, whatever that you believe in is what's gonna manifest. Understand? And how you see, if you believe in you not having it, or you healing, or you being okay, rather than not being okay, is like by you being aware of the thoughts that you're thinking. Understand? If you're always thinking that, what if, like, for example, if me, I'm always thinking like, what if it's that virus? What if every time I cough, or every time what if it's that virus? Like, by default, I'm gonna fall in that state of being. Understand? And once I'm in that state of being, then I might as well go and test, because already I'm in a state of being whereby I'm having these symptoms, and they are having an effect on me. Understand? So now I'm having what? A nocebo effect. Understand? Because the very same thing that I don't want to happen to me is the very same thing that I'm looking at happening to me. But for me, as you can see right now, I'm very much well okay. I believe I'm okay. Understand? Like, and I'm getting okay because, like, my nose was blocked, you see, like last night, and but right now it's okay now. Understand? And, like, besides that, this is not about me, right? I'm just trying to make an example for the placebo and the nocebo effect. You understand? So that we can understand, like, and use or have better causes, understand, for our life. Find better meanings for our life and understandings about life, period. So that we can have or manifest a placebo effect, because for some people, right, experiencing this is a placebo effect, right? So say, for example, you are going through depression, right, and then the only thing that you can think about is killing yourself, right? For a normal person, right, feeling that way is a nocebo effect, right? But for you, your body has now adapted, because of now you've been repeating that process so many times that it has become your placebo effect. It's having a positive impact in your life. So you've shifted the compass of your soul, right, to look at that direction and say, this is the destiny of my life. You understand? And then therefore everything will manifest in that sense. You will start attracting these diseases if you have to think about diseases along the way, and then you'll contact them. Or if you think that things are going to work out for you, then you're going to start experiencing the placebo effect, which is now you having the life that you want, right? Or having life going in your way. Understand? Even if there is a virus like this, you are not the one, you are never the victim, understand, of such things. Not even, I'm not trying to, like, discriminate or anything like that. I'm just saying, like this thing, like, attracting things, is real. But when, like, when you don't understand it, you're gonna think, like, in terms of magnets, understand, besides, like, magnets, but you're gonna just have that logic that, okay, things attract like this, but mentally that's not how it works. Understand? We are seeing now the internal of what magnets do internally for them to attract each other. Understand? We are experiencing that. That's what's happening with us. Understand? So, like, you have to understand that, like, whatever that we want, right, whatever that we feel like is happening to us is whatever that's gonna happen to us. And the important thing is the feeling. So you gotta make sure that you're always feeling good. Understand? Like, you're always having a positive feeling, even if you are not feeling good, but the positive feeling is there, the positive impulse is there. Understand? To say, okay, no, maybe not. Like, if you're thinking about negative things, you're gonna have the impulse to say maybe not, things like that. So you gotta have that impulse, and some people don't have that impulse. So what they're experiencing in their life is just a nocebo effect. It's just whatever everything is happening is just going not in their favor. Even if it's like, even if we, even if somebody had to drop like dime bags of cash, right, in a stadium full of people, or like just 10 people, right? You see how huge a stadium is, just 10 of us, and somebody throws a fucking duffel bag of cash from the plane, and then it drops there. If you're that person who's always looking at yourself like, things are never going in your way, things like that, you always feel like you are the victim of everything, then you're going to experience the nocebo effect, which is now, even if that's somebody in a situation whereby everybody has to eat, you are going to be the one that's not going to eat. You understand? Because that's what you are looking at, that's what you are looking for, out of life. So you have to learn how to, and like your body is going to tell you what you have to do. Once you start following the right impulses, then you don't even have to think about the things that are actually going to make you manifest the life that you want specifically. You just have to feel good, and those things will just come. Some of them you're going to feel like, no, this is not the right time for this one, understand? And then you give another one a chance. That's why they say, like, you won't even have to develop patience, like, once you get the hang of like what is happening around the world, period, understand, internally and externally. You will never have to develop a sense of patience. You will only experience burnout, understand, until you learn to balance your life. That's when you can now experience inner peace and go find other things, you understand, like inner peace, etc. But some things you can't get there from where you are, you understand, like some things you can't get there from where you are. So you have to actually practice yourself and cut off a lot of things. Like today I saw this meme, right? These memes, it was like somebody throwing, it was a picture, right, of somebody, an illustration of somebody throwing a TV outside the window, right? And then they said, like on that meme they wrote like, if you don't want to be affected basically by the coronavirus, throw your TV away. Understand? What they mean basically is that once you can cut off a lot of things like media, things like that, you understand? Imagine like people who live in the Amazon. I'm sure not even one of them has contacted that virus. I'm very sure. If it exists, right? If it's real, none of them is gonna contact that virus. You understand? Those people who live in the Amazon, because they don't know about this thing, they don't care about these things. They are in tune with nature, so they never experience these things. So what I'm trying to say basically is that if you can learn to be in tune with life, then you're gonna experience the placebo effect, right? And not the, because there are things that are moving in the direction of life and things that are moving in the opposite direction of life, but they're creating it's that yin and yang, you understand? But so if you don't move with that yin, you're gonna move with that yang, understand? So if you don't move with the placebo, you're gonna move with the nocebo, and you're still balancing the equation basically. There's nothing wrong from a broader perspective. There's nothing wrong, understand? So I'm gonna leave you with, like, for this video, on this video, just this quick message, right? So that you can think about the placebo effect and the nocebo effect, and have the imagination to see it, understand, and never forget about it, so that you can know what you are manifesting always in your life. So think about life as like a coin, right? Think about a coin. So think about looking at a coin. So think about, like, if you had to put a coin, right, on the table, and there's an ant, you know how small an ant is, and that ant is looking at that coin. Imagine how that ant would be looking at that coin. Obviously it would be like, it's gonna be looking at that coin like this, right? It's gonna be looking at it like this. It's a stack that's in front of it, right? And then imagine now you. So now that ant is looking at that coin, right? And coins have like designs on the side. Like I think I have a coin. I don't think I do, but if I do, I'm gonna show you out real quick. Understand? Like coins have designs. Let me show you with this Madibo one, because I'm from SA. You understand? Like there are writings here. If you can look at them properly, there are writings. You understand? Inside of here. So imagine the ant looking at these writings, right? It's just gonna see. Let me just try to see what's written here. Oh, SABS 5 Rand. That's what's written here. The ant is gonna see SABS R5, right? Me, I'm looking at it. I'm a god. I know what this is. I created it. I'm man, right? I know what this is. I'm looking at it from the top. I see, okay, it's 5 Rand. And the ant is seeing SABS R5 from the side. Understand? So think about the placebo as you being at the top. You understand? Like when you're at the top, when you're looking from the top, not from the view of the end, you won't ever have to doubt anything or go around and look at all the sides of something, for you to believe that it's gonna go in your favor. You understand? Or that it's gonna go in the way that you want it to go, or like, yeah, it's gonna go in your favor. Basically, let me not even get lost into it. Understand? So now you're looking from the top, right? When you're looking from the top, you know that this is just like you're looking at it from God's perspective, the person who created it. Understand? The specimen that created it, it knows that, okay, this is just a fiber, and if I can pull it off, it's gonna roll off, roll off and drop from the table, and when it's looking at it like this, it's just scared. You understand? Basically just looking at it because it doesn't know what to do with it, and it's something new to it. It doesn't matter if it's a virus or a fibrant in this matter. You understand? It's just that object that you can look at there and here. You understand? Here and here. Understand? So everything is like that, and the placebo and the nocebo effect is like that. When you're looking at it from the top, you're experiencing the placebo effect. When you're looking at it from the bottom, you're experiencing the nocebo effect. When you're looking at life from the top, right, from God's perspective, it's like infinite. When you're looking at it from this perspective, it's like you can see the time. Understand? You can see time. So you think it's finite because you are seeing the sides. You are seeing the R5s. You don't see the 5 rand. That R5 is 5 rand. Understand? You don't see the whole perspective. So what I'm saying is that, like, no matter if you can, like, go around the virus trying to understand what it does, the symptoms, whatever, that's you basically attracting it, and like seeing it, like deciding basically to see it that way, instead of just knowing that, okay, at the end of the day, this thing, right, they have been happening. There was Ebola, there was what, right, and I wasn't affected, right, and I've never even like come in contact with a family member, even on media, of somebody who was in contact of those things, right. Well, some of them it happened, right, but I'm talking about these kind of ones, right, which just spread out of nowhere, supposedly, right, because not everybody is sure about where it's coming from, right. But like, let's just forget about the virus and everything. There's like, I just wanted to make it an example, right, because like it's currently what's going on, right. So all I want us to take from this is the understanding of that, like, there's the placebo and there's the nocebo effect, which is things going in your way and things not going in your way, basically. Understand? But from a broader perspective, or from an inner perspective, you could say it's you basically deciding your destiny, to say, okay, with your whole being, understand, not just mentally, but with your whole being, to say, okay, I think I'm healed. No, I don't think so. You feel me? I'm healed, like, period. Understand? That's now the placebo effect taking place, but like, I don't even like to like come with concepts like these for me to explain small things like this, because we all know them in reality, that okay, we experience this, but we can't put a name onto whatever that we are experiencing, right, like most of the time, right. So we, like, this is what happens with the mind. Like, the mind, if it can't identify something, right, it's just gonna put it in a category of some things that look like that thing, or that feel like that thing, or that move like, you see. So that's what's gonna happen, you understand. So everything, if there is a virus and you only know HIV virus, if you hear coronavirus, your mind, if it doesn't know about the HIV virus and how it works, it's just gonna fit the coronavirus into that category, and you're just gonna have the trauma that you had when you first learned about the HIV. Understand? Even if it didn't contact you, just an example. But those are not even issues, because the virus exists in all of us. Some are just negative, some are just positive, but we all have it. Understand? We all have each and every virus that is gonna come and that is ever been here. There's nothing new under the sun. sometimes you are positive with it, sometimes you are negative with it, you know. And some people sometimes choose to be in a joint venture, to be positive and negative with things, you know. They just choose to align in large numbers with things of this world, you understand. Sometimes it's things that they need to, sometimes it's things that they don't need to, just like the coronavirus, right? Somebody just aligned with it somewhere somehow, and now we have to deal with it, understand. And we're gonna align with it, with the idea of dealing with it, until we actually, like, we don't have a problem with it anymore, you know. From just people panicking and to the actual cause of it, you know. So like, yo, that's all, that's it, guys. Hit your soul in the building, man. See you on the next one, guys. Hit that subscribe, hit that like, man. Like, yo, you know, this channel, bro, we dropping info, like knowledge, wisdom that you can never find anywhere else, understand. And like I said, I'm trying, like, to contact basically with my tribe, understand. I'm trying to contact with my tribe to basically, like, because you see this channel, right? I can't, you cannot do it alone, you know. You cannot. God damn. Hippie soul in the building, man. Somebody just distracted me, you understand. So like, yo, I'm out, man. I don't even know where I was, because like, I was just like, yo. And they always interrupt me for small things, guys. Man, I should start like doing these more of these videos at my house, you understand. But I love chilling at the park, you know. So like, anyway, hippie soul in the building, man. Bang.